Hi. So it's Tuesday, and I'm back again with another content related hack, or I would say a solution, or something that you want to know about. So, what's today's question that I got? Today's question is: how does the career progression for any content writer happen in an agency, in a marketing agency, right? So, the way I've approached answering this question is okay, let me give you the disclaimer first. Here's something you must understand. If you are choosing to be a content writer in an agency, and the progression within the agency is never going to be linear. So you could hop places, you could hop ranks, you could look at different permutations and combinations, right? So I will tell you where you can make that jump happen while I take you through this progression. So think about it as a non-linear path and not exactly in a sequence that I'm going to present here. So the first step is obviously being a content writer, and if the agency is pretty large enough, there are agencies that work with over 100 people. Um, Typically, in agencies of that size, there are two levels. One is a junior level content writer, and next is the senior level. But if it's a fairly small, startup agency, then you would be a junior level content writer, and you would step up to the next rank immediately. So, what's the next phase? Typically, they would look at having you as progressing you into a content marketer's role, wherein you will have to bring in your writing skills that you've already applied earlier, and figure out you here will be very your core responsibility will be around how to package that content that's written or designed by someone, and how do you distribute it, right? And this is again to achieve the optimal results for the agency's client. After you step into as a content marketer, then the next level is being a research lead. So typically, some agencies offer you a choice of moving into a research lead role right after being a content writer. So this is not a progressive thing after being a content marketer. It's at the same level, but that's something that you'll have to pick and choose. But some agencies who have multiple niche specializations may offer you, even after becoming a content marketer, to be a research lead, where your primary goal is to get great research to build further services either for the agency itself, or it would be to help progress the client's products and services. So instead of being a marketer, you could also choose to be a research lead based on your personality type. And then comes, the very interesting role, which is being a content strategist, which is what I am now. But I'm an independent strategist. Keeping that aside, within an agency, you will have to build processes, back-end processes, teams, and figure out what are those tools that you will use to accomplish the strategic content goals that your client has carved out for you. And typically, these are articulated via the account head from your client to you, right? So you'll have to figure out what is the upcoming technology, how do I use it, what are the new media channels that are coming up, how do we leverage it to achieve the content goals for your client. And then you would step into the shoes of a chief content officer. So how do you do that? So what exactly you do that as a chief content officer, right? So there are very critical content decisions, and here content is perceived as an opportunity, not just as an asset, right? So you will have to figure out within the marketing mix for your client's product, project, or service, whatever you're selling on behalf of your client, what is that interesting optimal mix that you would bring in across different content assets and achieve the goals for your client, right? So after you step into the shoes of a chief content officer, you'll literally be thinking in the lines of any of the other C-suite executives. So hope that's an interesting, career paths that you could take. We'll come back next week with another interesting, mode of figuring out what are the other career paths that you have. So until then, bye. Bye.